The California GOP is now gathering in Burlingame for what could be one of its most exciting conventions in decades. Our state will play a pivotal role in picking the nominee. KCAL 9 political reporter Dave Bryan live in Burlingame with a convention preview for us. Dave?
Well, Lena, it's a little calmer here than it is in Costa Mesa right now, I can tell you that for sure. There are a lot of excited Republicans just arriving tonight at the convention center a couple of miles down the road from where we are right now. They're excited because they feel that California is finally going to have a real say in who the Republican presidential candidate will be. About 1,000 Republicans are expected to attend the convention, and this will be Donald Trump's next stop. He will be speaking at a luncheon at the convention in Burlingame on Friday afternoon. And then later in the day, John Kasich will be speaking, and then on Saturday, they'll be hearing from other candidates as well, including Carly Fiorina, who's running with Ted Cruz, and Cruz himself will be speaking as well. So a lot of presidential candidate attention being paid here to Southern California. This afternoon, I talked to the chairman of the California Republican Party, Jim Brulte, and he was excited about what's happening here as well.
Have you ever seen anything like this before here in California?
I really haven't. The last primary that was similar to this, I think, was Goldwater Rockefeller in 1964, and I was 8 years old, so I don't remember that. But this is going to be a really knockdown, drag-out street fight in congressional districts, and it's going to be exciting for the voters to have a chance to see these candidates compete.
But, I mean, here's a party that's been down so long it looks like up to them. And finally, it's like, wow, you are going to make the decision, most likely in California, about, whether Donald Trump gets the delegates or doesn't get them. Sure. Is it exciting for you?
I'm required to be neutral and by the rules of the party, and as I tell people, I'm passionately neutral. The Republican Party in California has been on a slow and steady decline for about 35 years. And we're not going to turn it around overnight. It's going to take decades to reverse the decline and start the climb back up. But you're going to see a lot of people here this weekend who are committed to doing just that.
Certainly is expectation here that there will be protests tomorrow accompanying Donald Trump as well, and police and law enforcement officials are making preparations just in case there is trouble outside the hotel where the Republicans are meeting. Jeff, Lena, it's a pretty calm scene for the moment, but that may not last long here.
Right. Well, Dave, the anti-Trump members of the GOP in California are really becoming more vocal about their concerns. What are their fears about his candidacy?
Well, those who oppose Trump, of course, have a long list, and almost every night Ted Cruz has been going through that list, but with little impact so far on Donald Trump. But their real fear is that the Democrats will be able to sell the fear of Donald Trump to the Democratic constituents, and that they will turn out in big numbers. And if that happens, and if Trump, of course, is the nominee, and if he loses in the general election by a big margin, one of their fears is that he will take down a lot of other Republicans with him. Because if a lot of Democrats are turning out, they're going to be voting for Democrats for the Senate, for the House, and even for statewide offices. That's one of their fears, is that the Republicans could even lose control of the Senate if this goes south on them as well.
Then why does this convention matter? Can you tell us what's at stake for the candidates here?
A lot is at stake. First of all, of course, as we've mentioned a couple of times, California will make the decision about whether Donald Trump enters the Republican convention with enough delegates to win the nomination or not. If he doesn't, who knows what's going to happen? It will be an open convention. It's up for grabs. Anyone can win. That makes this very important. It's important for the candidates because this is a chance for them, and they're all speaking here. 3 presidential, 1 vice presidential candidate. They're speaking to Republican activists. These are members of the party here. They're important. And if they can sway these people to support them coming up for the June 7th primary, it could make a big difference in who wins and who loses. Remember, this is an election based on congressional districts. You get 3 delegates for every congressional district you win. That's how these delegates will be sent from one candidate to the other. And finally, Absentee ballots will be sent out on May 8th. That's just a week or so after this convention. So their impact at this convention could have a major effect, a major impact on those who vote by mail. And in the last primary season, 2/3 of Republican voters voted by mail.
Right. All right. Dave Bryan live for us in Burlingame tonight. We'll check back with you tomorrow night. Thanks, Dave.